first point is, my name is Aditya and I am working as a FICO and FSCM and Simple Finance consultant since 14 years. So this is my background experience, and I trained almost FICO a lot of batches, and in FSCM also I have trained a lot of students, and in Simple Finance from last 1 year I am conducting these Simple Finance sessions from the version of 15.11. So here let's come to the point. Before going to start the Simple Finance session, first you need to understand what are the versions available in Simple Finance applications. So if you see, there is a lot of versions coming across into the market. See, there is a lot of versions coming into the market in Simple Finance. The first version, which is released by SAP, is 1.0. That means they had released the finance activities with 1.0 in 2014. But no organization is ready to implement only finance activities. So they required more than this. So that is the reason. So they had treated this as trial version. And again, they had remodified all the activities and they released 2.0 in 2015 with CO business transactions migrated to FI. That means there is a lot of issues are there, as well as a lot of data redundancy is there in controlling activities in existing ERP. That is the reason they had redirected all the CO business transactions to FI. So now no need to post any transaction from CO allocations. Directly you can, if you post a FI transaction, it will record as a FI transaction, but it will internally create a CO business transaction. So this made a lot of advantages, especially in the point of controlling, because if you ask anyone, controlling means it's everyone say it's a ocean. So because product costing, COPA, a lot of things are there. Now all the things made easy. So then, but see, only CO business transactions migrated to FI will not give the complete picture. That is the reason they had remodified again in 2015 March 15.03 version indicates that 03 is March and 2015 CO business transactions migrated to FI, that is already existing function. They updated system landscape transformation and data migration option. Why? Because is every organization is not implementing greenfield implementation. Most of the organizations are already working with SAP applications. So they want to migrate from existing ERP to Simple Finance applications, because the organization is working since 20 years, 30 years like this. So already they are using FICO. Lot of data is there. So now we need to map these data to S4 technology. That means HANA database. Here the database is changing. Existing ERP works in Oracle database. Simple Finance works in HANA database. So if you want to move from ERP to ERP, we need to use system landscape transformation. That means replication or data migration options. Then they introduced a new functionalities called cloud applications. That means every consultant, every client is not in position to log in into the SAP and posting the transaction, generating the report is not the easy thing. So that is the reason SAP has remodified. They had remodified all the activities in digitalization process, and they had released a new tools which is more compatible in any device, any type of device, say whether it is Android or iPhone or without SAP log on. So you can log in anywhere, anytime. So into directly with with Fury apps, and you can post the transaction. So whenever you post the transaction, it get reflected into the central database. I will show you all the activities. And another activity is Luminar. So most of the times the consultant face lot of problems while generating the reports. So this Luminar is a new tool in the cloud activity which helpful to customize all the activities in all the reports in graphical mode. So like this, there is another tool is there, which is also known as predictive analytics for future analysis. To analyze the future forecasting, we are using predictive analytics. So like this, they had introduced a lot of cloud applications. But the problem here is SLT becomes very difficult because without technical help, we can't do any SLT, any migration activity or replication activity. This creates some problems. So that is the reason. And also, still data redundancy is there because the FSCM functionalities. If you see in existing ERP accounts, in accounts receivable, we have a credit management. So, but in credit management, we have a lot of data redundancy is there. So because of that, they had remodified all the activities and they released a new version called 1511. That means November 2015, they released the 1511 version and CO business transactions migrated to FI, that is a common feature. SLT and DMO, this made simplified. Even a functional consultant can understand all the activities. Cloud applications. So then another functionality is FSCM with FI. That means they had redirected all the FSCM functionalities to FI transactions. So the data redundancy has been completely removed. So I will show you how it is done practically. So that is the reason most of the companies from after Jan 2016, they start implementing simple finance applications because they understand a lot of advantages only in 1511. And I'm highly recommending. So if you are going to take any training in simple finance, it is always recommended to learn in 1511 only because most of the organizations, almost all the organizations, they are implementing only 1511. Nobody is using 1503 or 2.0 or 1.0. But for the certification point of view, so if only 1503 certification is available, so you can write this 1503 certification and you can apply for the delta changes in 1511. Okay. So the learning approach here, when we are talking about the simple finance, only migration is not the activity. There is a lot of things are there. So which is divided into three categories. One is greenfield approach. That means step by step from starting onwards, from the company code onwards. So the actual project will start and we are able to understand lot of changes where the changes occurred. What is the standard customization? What is the difference between existing customization and standard customization? What is the technical effect after posting the transaction? So all these things helpful to you to understand only in the point of greenfield approach. That means it's a new project from business blueprint phase. And in the brownfield approach, so brownfield means already the existing ERP is there. Now we are migrating to simple finance. So in this case, you can understand how to migrate the data from existing ERP to HANA database. So, and also what activities we need to run after migration. So these things we are going to understand. You do not have any chance to understand each and every step in brownfield implementation. Then cloud applications. So this is a common factor because whenever you use the word simple finance, that indicating that both on-premises edition as well as cloud edition because it's a new technology. So let's come to the point. Now we understand what type of version we need to follow and what is the advantage of this version. So, and the second point is after getting the access, you need to check whether you are using Simple Finance 1511 or any old version. So here to check this, what you need to do is after getting the access, log in into the system. This is very simple to log in. So once you will get the access, I will intimate to you how to log in. one second. It is always recommended to check whether you are using 15.11 or any other version. So here, once if you log in into the user ID and password, so just go to system and click on status, go to details, click on install products. You can find S4 HANA on premises 15.11. So this is the first thing. And the second point is NetWeaver with 7.5, that is mandatory to connect the cloud activities. And NetWeaver from on-premises HANA with which is inbuilt with 7.5 and 15.11 with service pack 1 or 2. So this is the standard thing, which is latest one things which we are using in the market. So even you can check once you get the access. So then the second point is, if you go to the SPRO, that means implementation guide. Here you can see migration from SAP ERP to account powered by HANA. Normally, if you see to 1.0 or 2.0 or 15.3, you can see this is a add-on to Simple Finance, add-on to HANA database. But from 15.11, this is inbuilt to Simple Finance. That means it's inbuilt in HANA database. So here you can directly see these activities. And also once if you navigate like this, so you can see a lot of additional activities. In up to 15.3, you can find only general ledger, asset accounting and controlling. But in 15.11, you can see material ledger, house bank accounting, and also credit management. So you can check all these activities. And one more important point is you can check with, as I already told you, in 15.11, the SLT made easy. So you can use CFIN IMG, CFIN Bin Central Finance Implementation Guide. So these transactions, this transaction gives the complete picture, which is get simplified in the point of system landscape transformation. So this also you can check once you get the access. So I am highly recommending to use only 15.11 access with Service Pack 1 or Service Pack 2 with NetWeaver 7.5. So then let's come to the point. So now I am going to start with the actual demo of Simple Finance applications. So if you have any questions, please note it down. Let's see. What is Simple Finance and why we are using these functionalities? What is the advantages and also how it has been remodified compared with existing ERP? See, so all the R3 finance activities, which includes finance, means not only FICO activities. Finance includes total 12 modules in existing ERP, which is the part of SAP ERP finance applications, such like FICO, FSCM, as well as investment management, funds management, funding management, grants management. So all these are part of finance activities only. So all these modifications will be done on HANA database. That means now it is called S4 HANA Finance or Simple Finance, or you can say SFIN. You can use any word. The latest name is S4 HANA Finance. Now, learning approach. How we need to learn the Simple Finance applications in an easy and also understandable manner. Number one, greenfield implementation. So the greenfield implementation gives the complete picture. So with step-by-step procedure where the changes is occurred and what is migration. That means how the FSCM functionalities has been migrated to FI. So and also how the CO business transactions has been migrated to FI. That means you have a chance to understand each and every step in greenfield implementation. Then brownfield implementation. As I already told you, brownfield is nothing but the existing project which is already there in existing ERP. We are migrating this to HANA database by using system landscape transformation or data migration option. So this is nothing but a brownfield implementation. Or you can say the redesigning of FICO activities in HANA database. Then cloud applications. So this is to make the things easy. the SAP has introduced a new functionalities in cloud applications. So in this, no need to install GUI or no need to log in into the SAP. So nothing. So directly you can navigate into the Fury and you can customize according to your requirement, and you can use anywhere in any device so to process the transactions as well as reports also. Now we are seeing each and every step the advantages of this simple finance applications. Let's come to the first point. So here the finance process are at the core of any enterprises. That means finance activities is the basic bone. All the inflow, all the flows together, the ERP, financial accounting and ERP controlling modules. So this increase the need for fast close. That means every organization is looking for fast closing of financial process. So the users are struggle with the slow performance, and there's some reconciliation process between financial accounting and also controlling. We can say costing. So this has been changed with new functionalities in S4 applications. All the problems has been completely restructured. Number two, the S4 HANA Finance, which hosts the finance functionalities of S4 HANA Finance, has been key mission of simplified and removing data redundancy. That means whatever the duplication and also whatever the repeated steps which we had faced in the existing ERP has been completely removed in simple finance application, which is also technically known as data redundancy, and therefore reducing the complex and enhancements the performance of financial accounting and controlling modules. And point number three, it reduced the complex of finance process, but as for HANA finance also broaden the scope of financial accounting and controlling with new tools such as cash management powered by HANA and integrated business planning with business cockpit that gives the complete overview to take decisions to the organizations. So they had reintroduced, that means they had introduced some new functionalities such as cash management and also integrated business planning with new functionalities. This made the organization to take the uh, fast closing process and also the dynamic decision process. So point number four. So it interfaces to other functionalities in SAP as for material management, operations such as manufacturing, supply chain management, source of procurement, sales, human resource. So all these things. That means these are called simple logistics. So we have a chance to integrate with simple logistics modules also. So then let's see one by one. Understanding the HANA system. Why we are using HANA system? Say already the existing ERP is working with Oracle database. Now we are coming with HANA database. What is the reason behind this? Here the major reason is it's a combination of hardware and software made to process real-time data using in-memory technology. So that means what is in-memory technology? In the functional point of view, in easy method we can understand this process. See, compare with existing ERP database with HANA database. So in existing ERP, let's take this is existing ERP, which I can say R3. Now we are using S4 HANA. So now what is the difference between these two things in the database architecture? So in existing ERP, it works in RDMS, Relational Database Management System, which is also known as Oracle database. Here, the data is get stored in hard disk first. Then it stores the information in memory. Then it will store the information in CPU register. So here, if you come to the S4 HANA, it's not hard disk constant. So all the information first registered in CPU register, then it will go to in memory. That means RAM. Hard disk is completely free. So that means all the information is get stored in CPU register first, then it will store the information in RAM, and from here it will permanently store the information in the cloud. hard disk is always free. Whenever the hard disk is free, the system performance will increase. Let's say in our user language, if the C drive is completely full in your system, the system performance gets very slow. But if you take the backup into the external hard disk or in cloud, so automatically whenever the C drive is free, the system performance will increase. So the same thing is happen here also. Second point is, here in R3, all the information is get stored in row based architecture, row based tables. So every time whenever you are going to give the input record, a new record, every time it creates a new record in row based architecture. So it occupies multiple rows in existing ERP. That creates some problem in the hard disk side also. But here all the information is get stored, a new information is get stored in column based tables, and it supports row based also. In both things, system will store the information. Now we have a question, sir, why it is supporting with row based again? You are saying that the new technology comes with column based architecture. The reason behind this is, for greenfield implementation, every information is get stored in column based architecture. I will show you practically. So column based architecture, which is also known as ACDOCA, a union table for all finance implementations. So, but here the problem is, if you go to the brownfield implementation, especially if you are migrating any information from existing ERP, so in existing ERP, in the old tables, already it is updated and it is get stored in row base. So if the system doesn't support the row base in HANA system, you cannot migrate any information from existing ERP. That is the reason the Simple Finance supports both column based as well as row based architecture also. So these 2 points is the major task. Why the system performance will increase? How the system performance will increase? Because it's not a hard disk constant. It is a RAM constant. So second point is, it stores all the information in column based architecture. What is the advantage of column based architecture? We will see in the next step. Then, so it combines row based, column based database technology. The data now reads in main memory and no longer on hard disk. So whenever the hard disk is free, the system performance will increase. It's perfectly suit for real-time analytics and developing a complicated analysis and also the reporting structures. An in-memory database means all the information is stored in RAM. There is no time waste in loading the data from hard disk to RAM, while processing keeping some data in the RAM and some temporary data in the hard disk. Everything is in memory all the time, which gives the CPU quick access to the data for processing. So the speed and advantages offered by this RAM storage system are further accelerated by the user's multi-core systems. If you have a multi-core systems also, it supports. So it removes the complex calculations. Then here, if you see, technically, we have two types of analysis are there: OLTP, online transaction process, and OLAP, online analytical process. Online transaction process update only current data and cannot handle more complex logics. And OLAP, so which indicates handle the current and historical data, due to huge volume, generating the reports would take long time, and while being using SAP HANA platform, data is retrieved from RAM. So in Simple Finance, what they have done is, they had migrated these two things. Now if you see the figure here, so in existing ERP, the data is going from hard disk to reports by using BW and BI. But right now, BW and BI is not at all required, because whatever the data you are going to update, that it stores the information in one table and it's updated the information in the RAM, from the RAM to reports. That means BW is not at all required in most of the cases to transport the information from any table to reports. It is an automated consolidation. So every time whenever you post the transaction, automatically it get reconciliated. No need to do any physical reconciliation or consolidation. So month-end headaches or year-end headaches are completely removed by using the HANA database. Then point number 2, data redundancy. As I already told you, so the data redundancy is nothing but the removing of duplication and also the removing of multiple steps which we already face in an existing ERP. I will tell you one example here. Let's say in existing ERP, if you are using a customer, let's say you are a FI consultant and you updated the customers, multiple customers are there. Now the company has taken a decision, they want to move to FSCM credit management. That means because the FSCM credit management is more powerful tool compared with AR credit management. So that is the reason most of the organization, they come up with FSCM functionalities in existing ERP. So now if the organization want to convert this customer into business partner of credit management, you need to follow lot of steps in migration activity. So that means, so master data synchronization, you can say by using master data synchronization, every time you are converting the customer into required business process. So this creates some problem. So first time you convert into the credit management business partner. Okay, that is fulfilled. Again, after some time, the organization has taken a decision to extend their business with collections management. Again, you need to repeat the master data synchronization. So like that, if the organization want to take a decision to extend their business in in-house cash, so again you need to repeat the master data synchronization. So point is, every time whenever you are going to repeat the conversion from customer to required business process, it creates some duplication. That means actually the data is there in customer master data with customer tables and customer fields. Same customer, same data is updated into business partner master record for the credit management. And again, if you convert into collections management, again it is updating the business partner master record. So again, if you are extending any new business process, again the same thing. So it creates some duplication. That means the same customer, one customer, and the personal details of the customer is stored in 4 different places, and also it creates some duplication because the same customer is converted everywhere. And also then multiple steps. Let's take another example. Cost elements. In existing ERP, if you want to convert the cost element, that means if you want to create a primary cost element, first you need to create a ledger and then you need to create a cost element. But in simple finance, this has been completely removed. So directly you can create a cost element without any ledger point. Here you can see that. See, now the business partner is one-time business partner. So you can use anywhere with new business functionalities. And the second point is, here you can see that if you use XD01 or XK01 or MD01 or FD01 or change XD02 or display SD03, whether it is a vendor or a customer, now every transaction is get redirected to business partner screen. Now it is not coming with customer or vendor data. So this I will explain clearly why it is converting and what is the advantages of this. So how you need to convert the customer into business partner, and the business, once the business partner is generated, how the customer is automatically generated. So all these points we are going to discuss in the point of accounts receivables and also accounts payables. So now you can see directly the screens has been completely remodified with business partner screens. Okay. Then if you come across with cost elements, so cost element means normally we use FS00 for creation of primary cost element. First we need to create a ledger and then you are converting into the cost element. But in simple finance, they had remodified because CO business transactions has been integrated, highly integrated with FI business transactions. So that is the reason. So now you can see primary cost and secondary cost is the part of general ledger in simple finance applications. But internally it acts as a cost element, and also it is used for internal allocation and settlement process only. So to remove the data redundancy, they had remodified all these things in this process. So like this, lot of things are there, not only 1 point or 2 points. Then database tables. This is another important point which we need to understand. So now the simple finance. If you see, the relational database typically use row-based data storage. However, column-based storage is more suitable for any business applications. The SAP HANA supports both row-based and column-based, as I already told you. So here, the advantage is the row based, it stores the records in sequence of rows. Column based, it stores the information in the sequence of columns, and the entries of the column is stored in continuously in main memory location. That means in RAM. Second advantage is, the most advantageous is, let's say you want to search the customer details. What we are doing is, we are going to search option and we are entering the customer number, and if you click enter, the system is going to check from starting customer up to the point of where your customer has been updated. Then it will trigger out the details of the customer. So every time the system will check from starting to ending point in existing ERP. But here, because of the column-based architecture, it is divided into partitions. So all the customer numbers are get stored in one place, and all the uh, name of the customer is get stored in another place. So like this. So now if you want to pick any information, directly the system will check only the number of the customer with specified number of the customer details, and it gives the output. So it will use the quick output access. The traditional database storage data simply in rows, and also the SAP HANA in-memory database stores the both in row base and column base. It's a combined of both storage approach to produce the speed, flexibility, and performance of HANA database. I will tell you in a short form, in easy and understandable manner. Let's say in existing ERP, the data is get stored like this. This is row base. So let's say serial number, name, and also country. So whenever you are going to give as an input query, every time the system will create like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. And also let's take a name, Jack, Mike, country. So like this, it is going to store the information. So if you create a new record, it will create a new row every time. So, but in simple finance applications, the data architecture has been completely rechanged with column-based architecture. Now, if you see, here also there is a serial number is there, name as well as country. Fields are same. Now, the data is get stored like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then all the names, that means every time whenever if the systems store the information in the point of character, so here you can see 4 plus 4 plus 4, total 12 characters it is required. That means 12 pixels it is required. But here the system will convert the characteristics into numerics. So that is the reason only 3 pixels is 4 pixels is required. So instead of 12. So like that country. So it will store the information. So like this. Here there is 2 countries are there. But here it will store only in 2 countries. So US and UK. But here the US is repeated. So now if the system stores the information like this, you can save a lot of hard disk space in the central HANA database point of view. So that is the reason here they had designed the central table, which is also known as universal general, in the point of column based architecture. So now if you see in the system, here if you go to here, we are saying that there is only one table. There is all the tables has been completely remodified. That means in existing ERP we have thousands of tables are there. But Now all the information of finance activities is get stored in one table. That means the reconciliation is automatically done. And this table is also known as universal general table, that you can see if you go to SE16 and type ACDOCA. So now every information is get stored in one place. Let's take any one of the company, execute it. Now you can see all the CO as well as open items, cleared items, AR items, AP items, all the things are get stored in one place, which is called universal general. So to see this more architecture, go to SE11, type ACDOCA, click on change, click on technical settings. Now you can see this is universal general line items and it's a transparent table. Go to DB specific properties. Now you can see this table has been redesigned with column based architecture. So already I told you what is the advantages of this column based architecture. So like this, it has been remodified in the database point of view. Now that means we have discussed three important factors. One is in-memory technology. Number two, data redundancy. Number three, the table architecture. So we are going to see this more while we are going to discuss about brownfield implementation. Then point number two, data migration and replication. What is this? So normally if the company is already using existing ERP, now they want to move to the simple finance. So they can replicate all the information, whatever it is there in an existing ERP to S4 by using system landscape transformation. This is a new tool, so which is updated in HANA database to replicate the information from existing ERP to HANA database. So this also we are going to discuss in the brownfield with practical scenario, how the SLT will work, how the data is moving to from one ERP to another ERP application. Then there is another option which is also called as DMO, data migration option. So if the company want to completely move to the S4 application, they don't want to use any uh, existing ERP in future, in that case they are going to use data migration option. And also from non-SAP system to SAP system, we are going to use data migration option. So this also we are going to see in the brownfield implementation. Then technical changes due to S4 HANA Finance. So please listen carefully. So these are the very important for functional consultant. The major technical changes of S4 HANA is the combination of financial accounting documents with controlling documents in one table. So because S4 HANA Finance already use S4 HANA as a primary database table that accelerated and are automatically activated, and there is no need to activate any tables in future. It is already activated in the SAP system. In traditional financial accounting and controlling, there are four different types of documents such as asset document, general, accounts payable, accounts receivable, like this. So now all these documents in S4 HANA are combined in one database table. This database table is called Universal General. And the Universal General improves the speed and flexibility, and also the reconciliation is automated process. So to realize the Universal General technically, a new database table had to be created within S4 HANA, and some of the existing total and index tables has been deleted. The change in the database table structure has no impact on existing reports or reporting transactions. Please understand this point. So most of the people are asking this question. Sir, if you move from existing ERP to simple finance, we have a lot of reports are there, lot of transactions are there. So what happened once if you migrate the information, it will doesn't impact, there is nothing impact. So in new database architecture, there is a change in the database table structure has no impact on existing reports or reporting transactions. So you can extract of universal general data everywhere. Among all characteristics that has been already have been derived in table BSEG accounting document segment, and table COEP line items table. The universal general also shows the different units of measure and any characteristics that use assigned to operating consignor. So like this, lot of advantages are there. Now I will show you one small example. Let's say I had posted one internal order or real order, a statistical order, whatever it may be. So if you post any transaction, so what happened? Let's go to FB03. I think the entries are not there, but I will show you practically. Has been database has been restructured. Okay, no problem. So once if you post any transaction, so the system will create a document number with FI, and automatically it will regenerate the CO business transactions also. So that is the reason. So here the things made easy. And impact on finance activities. So if you see one by one, so most of the, if you see 1503 or 2.0 or 1.0, there is nothing impact is there. But if you come to the 1511, there is a lot of impact is there. So if you come to the general ledger, so you need to understand how to migrate the information from classical GL to new GL, because simple finance supports only new GL in existing ERP. Then what is the difference between classical, new GL and universal general? So this difference we need to understand, and also what is the what it is simplified compared with new GL. So these things we need to understand from general ledger point of view. And accounts receivables, as I already told you, so everything, even you can see that directly the SAP has given a clear instructions. This is SAP documentation. See, here they had given a clear instructions in the point of accounts receivables. Credit management is the heart of any organization. So the FIAR credit management is not available with S4 HANA on-premises 1511. The functional equivalent in S4 HANA is FSCM credit management, because it's more powerful than AR process. So to understand this, you need to understand the FSCM process in the point of master data, config data, and credit exposures also. Now all the transactions, whatever we are using in existing ERP for credit management AR, has been completely remodified with FSCM functionalities. So if you are using AR credit management in existing ERP, a migration to FSCM credit management is mandatory. So the necessary steps have been performed after technical downtime conversions. So that means without knowing the FSCM credit management or a collections or a disputes management, it is very difficult to understand how the business process takes place in new architecture, and there is no use at all. So that is the reason. So if you are taking the training in simple finance, make these points very clearly, whether you know the FSCM functionalities or not, or else the company is providing the FSCM training separately to understand the simple finance or not. Then, so cash management. So the new in-house banks, that means if you see house banking, so house banking is also get remodified with cash management applications. Now the house banks transactions has been completely restructured with cash and with cash management applications in simple finance applications. That means the cash management is a new functionality. So, and also the house bank creation is a new functionality. And without in-house cash or cash management application, it is not possible to learn simple finance applications. Like that, if you come to the asset accounting. The asset accounting has been completely remodified from classical asset accounting to new asset accounting. So again, you need to restructure all the activities in new asset accounting. So that means whatever we are seeing in the finance activities, for each and every concept there is a changes is there. So then if you come to the controlling activities, in the controlling also much more impact is not there, but there is a changes is there. So these points we can understand only when we are going through each and every concept. So everywhere, not only one point, every point has been revealed. So I'm going to share this demo. So in PDF form, you can check that each and every activity also. More than that, we have 1511 delta changes document is there. So which is provided by SAP. So I'm going to share this. In each and every point of activity, here it is clearly mentioned, not only from finance activities. So from starting onwards, including logistics. So they had given us clear instructions. Okay. Then now if you see the simple finance, so here we understand that what is the uh, one second advantages. One second. Here if you see the greenfield, the difference between greenfield approach and also brownfield approach. So in the greenfield point of view, customers implementing S/4HANA Simple Finance or a fresh start for their financial world. And the greenfield usually start off with business blueprint phase, in which the implementing company takes the opportunity to review the existing process and get more insight with new functionalities and new architecture. So that means what I am saying is, so if you go through that greenfield implementation in the point of learning, so there is a lot of advantages are there, but it is a time taken process. So, but you will get the complete picture of simple finance applications. So, we have an excellent opportunity to implement the full range of innovations with S4 HANA Simple Finance. So, if you go to the brownfield approach, we are just migrating the data from existing ERP to Simple Finance. So once if you migrate, there is nothing understandable in brownfield implementation where the exact change, how the tables are get reflected. So just you can understand how to import the data from existing ERP to S4. That's all. And also after that, you are going to run some functional specifications. You cannot understand why we are running that functional specifications if you do not know what is greenfield approach. So that is the reason there is a lot of disadvantages are there. The migration does not eliminate the nature complex absolute process. Customers may have to kick off additional project and involve in the business process. So there is so there is no chance to learn any new functionalities which is specified by SAP. So that is the reason. So both approaches you need to understand. And finally, if you come to the cloud activities, as I already told you, it's a combination of both cloud activity as well as on-premises activities, which is also known as hybrid model. That means cloud applications as well as on-premises edition, both combined together is known as hybrid model in simple finance language. Now, if you see, the Fury is a new experience. By using this new technology, so we can customize the screens. Here you can see the screens. In the screen, there is a tabs is there. All these tabs, as a simple finance consultant, we can customize according to the user requirement. So simply, I will show you one practical scenario in this case. Let's say you are the simple finance consultant and you have a responsibility. The user has a requirement. So now the user want to use install these Fury apps. So you can install in any type of device which supports the Android or iPhone or tabs or even systems. That means even a URL, if you have a URL, you can navigate anywhere, anytime. So into the finance activities. And the simple thing is no need to repeat, no need to remember the transaction codes and navigations, because let's say I'm the user, I have a requirement. I have some daily business transactions is there. So I need to create the asset every day. So I need to generate the reports. So as a simple finance consultant, what you are doing is you are collecting all the information of the user requirement and you are creating the screens according to their requirement. So directly you can navigate into the system. So once if you create, I'm able to navigate into the system. So then I'm going to master data. Under master data, I'm using direct transaction code. So whatever the transaction I'm updating here is get stored in ACDOCA in central finance system if the system has been integrated with NetWeaver applications. So that means what I am saying is you can customize the screens in easy way, and also the user no need to bother about any transactions. Directly he can navigate anywhere, anytime, and he can take the reports whatever he required, and it will show the clear picture of each and every step. Okay. So once if you enter into this, you can understand. Let's take a small example. Accounts receivable. Directly, if you see the screen, the accounts receivable collection process 2%, overdue receivables 62.59%. So credit information as well as days. So dunning days, all the things are updated in one screen. So no need to go each and every analysis. Directly, if you see the screen, you can understand this. Like that, Luminar. Luminar is a new powerful tool which enhanced the tool called visual intelligence and made it much more user friendly. In general, the graphics becomes more advanced while self-service data visualization develops, the efforts was simplified. So that means by using this Luminar, just download your report, or you can integrate your on-premises edition to the Luminar server, and whenever the report will be generated, so automatically you can run the Luminar report, and the Luminar report will be updated like this. So automatically the system will prepare the graphical reports, and it's more advantageous and powerful tool. So like this, the reports you can generate according to the organizational requirement. No need to prepare anything. Just drag and drop the report. That's all. Like that, predictive analytics. Predictive analytics is one more new tool which is used for future forecasting. So especially this supported with HANA database with R technology, R software technology. So this update every information, even a big data. That means this is especially used for future forecasting in simple finance applications. So all these things, that means I had explained about the technical side, I had explained about the functional changes, I had explained about the deployment solutions, migration, and also I had shown you the cloud activities and what are the types of cloud activities which is required for you. Then finally, if you come to the point, so the services, according to our training point of view, here you can see services. So here we are going to give that access for both ECC6, EHP7 with inbuilt SLT, and also Simple Finance with its inbuilt SLT with Service Pack 1 or 2 with 1511 with Luminar and Fury inbuilt. So these two access is valid for 3 months. And come to the practical notes. For each and every concept, here for every class, so what we are doing is for both end to end, greenfield, brownfield, everything. So you can see in my screen, let's take one topic. See, here the recording will be sent to the students at the end of the day. So then the PDF which I am explaining, so for every concept I am going to explain in the form of PDF. In the form of presentation, I will explain all the concepts. I'm taking each and every concept. I'm going to explain the presentation, and this presentation is converted into the form of PDF, and this is delivered to the student. So then practice notes. For each and every concept, we have a practice notes. So this design step-by-step procedure. So from starting, I'm showing for each concept, there is a step-by-step from company code onwards with screenshots. So for every concept, I'm saying not only one concept. So according to our syllabus is concerned, so you will receive the syllabus architecture from our consultant. So this is the syllabus architecture. Here we are going to cover about changes in Simple Finance S4 HANA, FSCM functions in S4 HANA, bank accounting in S4 HANA, cash management in S4 HANA, controlling changes. Up to this point, up to controlling changes, all are greenfield implementation. Step by step we are seeing. Then cloud applications using Fury and Luminar. Then SAP HANA with SLT and DMO process, functional specifications after migration. So as a functional consultant, what you need to do, we are going to discuss. So all these functionalities in detailed syllabus curriculum you are going to receive for each and every topic what we are discussing. So this will be sent to by our consultant. For every concept after end of the session, you will receive the presentation, you will receive the recording, you will receive the practice material. Along with this, some supporting materials wherever it is required. So such as Simple Finance Overview with migration, without migration, and also HANA. And for some people who don't know about the existing ERP, my own notes is there for FI customization and CO customizations in existing ERP with EHP 7. So this also we are going to provide. And if you come to the FSCM, most of the people, they don't have the background of FSCM. In that case, as a FSCM consultant, I have almost 5 years of experience and I have trained a lot of students. Based on my experience, so what I have done is, without FSCM, you cannot learn Simple Finance. That is mandatory. So to understand the Simple Finance, we require the knowledge of FSCM. So again, no need to take the training for FSCM. So just follow my recordings, whatever I am providing for credit management, collections, disputes, treasury is not required, IHC and cash and liquidity. For each and every concept, you will receive configuration document, end user document, business blueprint, and the related recordings with end-to-end, step-by-step procedure. So these are the things which we are going to provide to the student at the time of training. And these total sessions is required, daily 2 hour session is there, and total sessions is required 40 sessions, and that means total 20 days we required to complete the syllabus. Okay, and sessions is only from Monday to Friday. Okay. Exactly.
So my question is,